Hi, by the end of this video, you're going to find out what's actually keeping you from your first client, and it's not what you think. But first, a little bit about me. My name is Andrea. I run and have owned an accounting firm for the past 6 years. I grew my accounting firm from $0 and 0 clients all the way up to having a gross revenue of around $500,000 to $600,000 annually. And that's not even what is my actual take home. Like, I know that we as accountants understand gross versus net. I net from the business annually about $450K. So I would say that I'm pretty established in the industry, and I really know what I'm talking about in perspectives of launching your own accounting firm from nothing and then growing it to be able to support your entire lifestyle and your entire family. So in this video, we're going to discuss the belief that is keeping you stuck in starting your accounting firm. So the belief that is quietly keeping you stuck would be the imposter paradox. Okay, this is your real life skills compared to your self-doubt because they exist at the same time. They even still exist in me. I've been in this industry for 15 years. I worked my way up through the industry before I launched my own business, my own accounting firm. And as you heard from my spiel, I grew my business up to making multi-six figures a year. So why would I still be impacted by imposter syndrome? But I am, right? So it shows up consistently in all of us. For instance, I sometimes know more tax strategies than most CPAs that I work with, mostly because I'm very interested in researching tax strategy. It's one of my favorite topics to dive into in my own free time. It's actually what I spend my time doing. So I'm constantly researching it. I invest the time. I understand investing in the stock market. I understand retirement planning and retirement accounts. I understand how all of that stuff fits together because all of that interests me as well. So basically anything finance related is interesting to me as a person. So I spend a lot of time in these areas, and I find that I sometimes know more or can give my clients better tax strategies than the CPA they've been using, for example, for, the past 10 years. But I have never personally sat for the CPA exam, and I've never personally sat for the EA exam. So I'm lacking 2 to 3 small letters behind my name, but it really affects me actually as a person. It makes me sometimes take a back seat. Sometimes I'll approach my client later and say, hey, I know this wasn't brought up, but maybe let's look into it together because I don't feel like I have the right. That's where the imposter syndrome affects me, even though I have many more better ideas sometimes. I work directly with my clients on a daily basis. I know my clients personally, so most of the time I have a better insight into what would work for them better than, maybe somebody who sits at the table with them once a year. Okay, so that's also why we include tax in my firm now. But the point of this video is that's the paradox. Okay, the knowledge is real, but the self-doubt is also real. They exist in the same person, me and you, at the exact same time, and neither one cancels out the other. So in general, takeaway, feeling unqualified is not proof that you are unqualified. It is a pattern, and it costs you more than it protects you. So all of this is to say that we study this in the Bookkeeper's Apprentice. My students in there, this is where I teach bookkeepers how to launch their own bookkeeping company or firm. We talk about how maybe they haven't had a real bookkeeping experience, but there's so many jobs that they've done that entailed detailed bookkeeping experience that they're just not thinking about. So we cover all that in the class. But the learning loop, okay? So studying more, this is sort of a way that I find that people who feel they have imposter syndrome, they feel like they're not ready to do this or they're not qualified or they shouldn't be allowed to. Where do we find ourselves? The learning loop. We just constantly sit and we constantly learn. We constantly absorb and we think we don't know enough. Now, we could all claim that I'm doing that by studying tax strategy, right? Because I do. I sit and I study it constantly. So in this came up in in the Bookkeeper's Apprentice, and one of my students said that she wasn't sure if she should go get her QuickBooks certification first. And that's where her mind was, right? Like she wasn't sure if she should be certified. Should I be certified to go do this? And I told her, focus on getting a client. Like, let's get you a client first, because we can always go get our QuickBooks certification. We can always learn more about QuickBooks. We can always do those things, but we can't always be getting a client, right? So I told her to go and to get a client first. And that's where I would start immediately, right? She still went and got her level 1 certification, which is amazing, right? But the same week, she also started posting her availability on Upwork specifically so that she could try to get a job, right? And we walked through some of those different avenues that you can market yourself as a bookkeeping professional in the course. But in her case, this is what she did. So what I find from people that usually go through these loops and these cycles of thinking that they need to learn things before they actually go out and try is that the certifications that they're taking mostly teach them how to upsell the software that they're getting certified in. So, which stinks. So you'll take the QuickBooks certification and sure, you learn a lot about the platform, but they actually just also teach you how to upsell more QuickBooks software to your customer that you have. So you learn more things in that area than you really need. Now, I also understand the pull towards more learning. Like, I feel it myself. Sometimes I need to learn more first before I can go and do this. That I lived this life. I live this life still, okay? But that's not really where it is. It's just fear dressed up in the guise of preparation. Okay. So it feels very productive because you're consistently learning something, but you're not actually trying to even teach that to somebody else or get a client with that knowledge, because you're stuck in this fear loop that looks like productivity. So every course or certification bought instead of getting a client is money spent or delayed revenue into your pocket. Okay. So that's the learning loop. So what actually teaches you? Now we're into what actually teaches you. Okay. So we are feeling like an imposter. We go learn more and take more courses. We actually spend money on courses to learn more things. What actually teaches us to do the job? I think we all know actually doing the job, right? So more courses is going to fluctuate over time. Getting a real client, you're immediately going to learn more because you're in it. You're in the weeds, right? So you'll never learn how to actually do this job by taking another certification course or watching more YouTube videos. I know I've watched people try, myself included. You learn bookkeeping the same way that all of us learned, right? We sit across from real clients doing real client work, doing real cleanups, working directly with a client and starting to learn what questions they are going to ask you so that you can answer them, right? So every mentor I know in the field learned the exact same way too. This is old school knowledge. This is the way all mentorships and apprenticeships should be across every single industry. Where and how do you learn? You learn directly with a client, and you have a mentor that helps you when you have the questions that you are not able to ask. That is how I learned. I learned in an accounting firm. I worked for an accountant. I worked in an accounting firm for 8 years. And that is how I learned. So I learned working directly on accounts, right? And now I went through college. I went the whole old school route of how you're going to become an accountant. I went through college. I graduated at the top of my class. I was going through the master's program and I was headed towards the CPA or EA program. And I just got into a firm and I realized like that the lady that was running the firm, she wasn't a CPA nor an EA. So I actually could not have gotten my CPA certification anyway. And so I decided to just focus on it from the same perspective that she had been, where she was serving clients in the same capacity that I serve clients today and serving them far better than some of the other local CPA practices that I knew existed and was around these other people. So that's why I decided not to get the 3 letters after my name. And it worked out for me in the end. But I also got to sit with other professionals that were already here, already doing it. Now, they weren't doing the client work, I was, but I was able to come to them with the question that I had, and they were able to answer me immediately, right? Because they just know it. So this is how everybody in this field has ever learned, with a mentor, and many, many other fields as well. And I think we're drifting away from that these years, but that's a different conversation. So I did the same avoiding when I was afraid to launch my CFO level services. I did not feel like I had enough to offer yet. And the truth is, I only found out what I actually knew once someone needed me to use it. That's very true. Yeah. So that CFO level services are very different from bookkeeping, very different from tax strategy and tax thought processes. CFO processes and thought processes are very different. Now, I just naturally come to the table with that because, again, I'm just so interested in this field. So I think I just have a bunch of knowledge around that. But I was afraid to tell people that I had the knowledge because you can't even take a test to say you're a CFO. Like, a CFO is just a made up title, and you can't even take a test for it. So I was afraid to approach any of my already existing clients to say, I can help you with this, until I was already doing it. I was already helping them with it, right? And I was most likely undercharging. So, but that's a whole other story. But we all have this same fear that we're not good enough. We're not the correct people to teach us. We don't know enough. And that's absolutely not true. What you actually need to do is you need to be in it and you need to be doing it so that you can properly learn, because you can hypothesize about what might become an issue, but you will never actually know until you start working in it. So you will never learn this from one more class. You learn it with real client books. So the missing piece, it's usually not knowledge that is missing. So key takeaway, if you have done any research at all, watched a few videos, maybe worked on a family member's books, you already have enough of a foundation to get yourself launched into this industry. Okay, what is actually missing is not more knowledge. It is having someone in your corner. That is what is missing. So again, back to the title of this video, what is keeping you stuck? It's not what you think. What you would think it would be knowledge. You would think it might even be working on clients. What is keeping you stuck is that a lot of the people that are coming into our industry these days are not coming into it in the same way that those of us who have been in it for years came into it, under the guise of mentorship, because mentorship doesn't exist anymore in the degree that it used to. You can go get a job at an accounting firm, but that would be your only way, your only avenue. And there's so many more people coming into the bookkeeping industry who didn't sit through 4 to 5 years worth of college so that they could get a degree, right? But they know that they can do it because they did it before, because they did it for their family, because they ran, the ledger at the retail store that they were working at, or the grocery store that they were working at, or what have you. There's all kinds of ways that people actually get into gaining this knowledge, know they have the knowledge base, but are too afraid to jump in. And what is actually missing is someone in your corner who can answer those hard, scary, tough questions when they come up. It's for you. Okay, so that's actually what's missing for you. So the traditional path, what I did, you go to college, a firm hires you because you have a degree from a college, right? You learn the real job as an apprentice under people who already know what they are doing, okay? This path that we're talking about just skips the whole 4 to 5 year college plan. You come in with your base level of knowledge where you're at. You gain more knowledge, of course, in the course, but you also have the insights from like the business perspective, not just the accounting perspective, because we'll teach you how to do the marketing and all of that as well. But you also have real professionals who can sit there and answer your tough and hard questions as soon as they come to you from a client or whatever. If you are on a call with a client and they ask you something challenging, you can always say, give me a little bit to think that one over and let me get back to you. I just got off a phone call with a guy, and that's exactly what I said. And not because I didn't know how to answer his question, but it was mostly because I was trying to get other things accomplished. But I still said, let me get back to you. Okay. That's a completely appropriate. And they are industry professionals in whatever they are doing because they're small business owners. And most likely they're telling people, let me get back to you. Okay. So totally fine, normal thing to say. Then you can come right into the class and you can ask your hard and scary questions there. So left on your own, that gap does not just sit there quietly. It turns a normal learning curve into paralysis. And every month spent waiting for a mentor to appear on its own is a month of income, and a real mentorship relationship could have unlocked that faster for you. So that's the missing piece. Most people that are coming into this industry don't have that as an option to them. So the one step, obviously, jump into the classroom. That would be the one step. But it's not doing more educational courses. Definitely do get your first client and find somebody that can help you, who can assist you and mentor you through what you're seeing as being a tough and challenging circumstance right now, that after a year's time will unlock in your brain that this isn't the hard part. Like talking to the client the first time and hearing their hard questions is the fun and the exciting part, actually, because you get to solve all their problems, and you'll start to feel that after some time. But join the Bookkeepers Apprentice. Currently, my mentorship is $3 a month. So it's $3 for tier 1, which includes all marketing materials. $7 a month for tier 2, which includes all classrooms at this time. That is subject to change depending on the growth of the community and my bandwidth. But at this time, I can say there's no real reason to not have a mentor. So